The purpose of this is just to give you an explanation as to how Botswana managed to enact cybercrime legislation. It all started in 1997, where we had something called Maitlamo, our ICT policy. After that, the government decided that we needed cybercrime legislation urgently. And in 2005, we started drafting without a cabinet directive. In 2006, cabinet directed that we have a cybercrime law. And in 2007, the Cybercrime Act was actually enacted in Botswana. It's called the Cybercrime and Computer-Related Crimes Act. Fast forward 8 years later, the government decided, because cybercrime is ever evolving, ever changing, to review the law. And the Council of Europe was very helpful because what we had to do is benchmark. And in benchmarking, we did international benchmarking. We looked at the Commonwealth model laws, we looked at the SADC, Southern African Development Corporation model laws, and we also, what really assisted us, with the Council of Europe website. Because from there we got a lot of resources, a lot of information as to what it is we needed to include. So from that perspective, we're ever grateful to the Council of Europe. From then on, this is breaking news really, on the 29th of June 2018, just a few weeks ago, the new Cybercrime Act was enacted and signed by His Excellency the President. And I'm very proud to say that it actually, even though Botswana is not a states party of the Budapest Conventions, we have actually complied, because in our benchmarking it really assisted, the Council of Europe website assisted us to actually include provisions. So we're actually quite compliant. And it's been a long journey. What we would like to do would be to join, hopefully, the Council of Europe. Obviously, it's a political decision, but we are taking active steps to actually consider joining as states parties as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
Alors, je voudrais d'abord remercier le Conseil de l'Europe pour l'invitation qui a été adressée à notre pays. Nous sommes là pour participer à cette conférence parce que nous sommes sur la voie de réforme au plan législatif et nous avons profité donc de ces réformes-là pour intégrer des dispositions en matière de lutte contre la cybercriminalité. Et sur ce point, nous avons bénéficié grandement de l'accompagnement du Conseil de l'Europe pour nous permettre d'adapter notre législation en matière de lutte contre la cybercriminalité à la Convention de Budapest. Et notre présence ici, c'est pour venir donc témoigner cette reconnaissance, mais aussi faire remarquer que nous sommes dans un processus d'adhésion donc à cette convention, parce que nous pensons que c'est une convention qui est innovante. C'est vrai que sur le plan africain, nous avons aussi un certain nombre de textes auxquels nous sommes partis et qui tendent à lutter contre la cybercriminalité, mais nous pensons que la coopération internationale en la matière étant un élément très important, nous devons ouvrir notre horizon et c'est dans ce sens-là que nous sommes là pour justement témoigner notre reconnaissance, mais c'est surtout pour voir comment nous allons, avec l'appui bien sûr du Conseil de l'Europe, adhérer à cette convention pour pouvoir bénéficier de l'expertise des pays qui y sont déjà, parce que nous le disons, en matière de lutte contre la cybercriminalité, la coopération internationale est un élément très important.
For us, it's really an honor to be part of this conference, of this meeting, because of the importance that is the Budapest Convention in terms of developing our legal frameworks, especially in Latin American countries. This is a good guidance. It's a set of best practices, and it comes with a whole set of measures and that helps us build our capacity inside the country. And the importance is that we have legal frameworks that are harmonized within each country in the region, since this threat doesn't know any borders, and it's very important for us to really cooperate internationally, and this set of norms give us the background and really the way forward into working together. So Guatemala has right now the commitment to ratify the convention, and we're working really hard on developing our legal framework, and hopefully we're going to have in the next couple months really some accomplishment regarding this matter.
The purpose of us attending this meeting, the Octopus conference, is to a better understanding of cybercrime and cyber-related issues. Particularly of interest is for us to see to the Budapest Convention, and together is for us to to understand ideas, what the Council of Europe is is doing in respect to this aspect, and most importantly is for us to get assistance from the Council of Europe for a new legislation that is coming up. We're having a new legislation, and then hopefully after that legislation we satisfy the Council of Europe, and the obligations are set out under the Budapest Convention, and then we can accede to the Budapest Convention. I think that's the aim for us attending the Octopus Conference here in Strasbourg. Thank you.
Nigeria and the Council of Europe, we've had some engagement for well over 10 years now. Through the Octopus Conference and the TCY, we had some reasonable assistance with the development of our legislation on cybercrime. So the effect of that is we basically have in place legislation that is compliant with the Budapest Convention. And recently, in July of 2017, Nigeria, having expressed its interest to take our engagement further, was invited to accede to the Budapest Convention. Now, the process of approval and is ongoing. Hopefully, we should get the final the approval of the Federal Executive Council, and then we can submit an instrument of accession. I just want to highlight the fact that we recognized the menace of cybercrime, and we also recognize the importance of working with other parties, recognizing that it is something that spans beyond our borders, and you need to cooperate with other countries to do this. So for us, it is very important that the Budapest Convention provides a framework to cooperate with others. It is also very important that the convention also makes provision for capacity building, a threefold kind of thing. You're building capacity for both investigators and prosecutors, as well as the judiciary. And some of this engagement also has a spillover effect, because currently we're discussing the possibility of getting technical assistance in the development of our legislation on data protection. And because it helps to create synergy, because it's not just the law enforcement part of it, but it helps us handle an emerging issue. The Council of Europe has, over time, shown its willingness to share its expertise in this area. So that's the basis on which we're working, and we hope that very soon we will get the final approval, and we will be able to deposit the instrument of accession.
We are here, Guinea-Bissau delegation. You know, we appreciate very much this conference. It's a learning conference. Guinea-Bissau is looking forward for the adhesion of Budapest Convention. We are looking forward for the support for the Council of Europe regarding the legislation, which Guinea-Bissau is not still not in the Budapest Convention, but we really appreciate to be there. We are making efforts to fight against cybercrime and all kind of crime like drug trafficking, terrorism, which our country has been affected some times ago. We are really very excited for this conference, and we will continue to cooperate with the Council of Europe on this issue.